Hello, my dear children. Myself Sujata. In this session, we are going to learn the fourth chapter titled as From the Diary of Anne Frank. The lesson is an excerpt from Diary of a Young Girl or The Diary of Anne Frank. It is an autobiography that was first published in 1947. In this, Anne expresses her thoughts in a diary which was gifted to her on her 13th birthday by her father. She names the diary Kitty, which she considers as her only true friend. She mentions about her childhood, her family, and a lot other things that she told no one else. Before getting into the chapter, let us know more about Anne Frank. Annalise Mary Anne Frank was born on 12th June 1929 and died on February or March 1945. She was a German-born Jewish girl who wrote while in hiding with her family and 4 friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. Her family had moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany but were trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into the Netherlands. As persecutions against the Jewish population increased, the family went into hiding in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father Otto Frank's office building. After 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed and transported to the concentration camp system, where Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister Margaret Frank. Her father, Otto, the only survivor of the group, returned to Amsterdam after the war ended to find that her diary had been saved. Convinced that it was a unique record, he took action to have it published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. The diary was given to Anne Frank for her 13th birthday and chronicles the events of her life from 12 June 1942 until its final entry of 1st August 1944. It was eventually translated from its original Dutch into many languages and became one of the world's most widely read books. There have also been several films, television, and theatrical productions, and even an opera based on the diary. Described as the work of a mature and insightful mind, the diary provides an intimate examination of daily life under Nazi occupation. Anne Frank has become one of the most renowned and discussed of the Holocaust victims. Let us familiarize with some of the terms that we use to describe a written record of personal experience. First one, journal. Journal is a full record of a journey, a period of time, or an event written every day. Diary is a book with a separate space or page for each day in which you write down your thoughts and feelings or what has happened on that day. Log is a written record of events with times and dates, usually official. Memoir is a record of a person's own life and experiences, usually of a famous person. Let us move on to the chapter and find answers for these questions. What makes writing in a diary a strange experience for Anne Frank? Why does Anne want to keep a diary? Why did Anne think she could confide more in a diary than in people? Let us read the first part of the chapter together. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing, and I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I finally stayed where I was, brooding. Yes, paper does have more patience, and since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook, grandly referred to as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. Now I am back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. Let me put it more clearly. Since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world, and I am not. I have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No, on the surface, I seem to have everything except my one true friend. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that is the problem. Maybe it is my fault that we don't confide in each other. In any case, that is just how things are. And unfortunately, they are not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary, to enhance the image of his long awaited friend in my imagination. I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do. But I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. We have come across few words which are new to you. Let us know these words. Musings means thoughts. Listless, lacking energy or enthusiasm. Brooding, to think seriously. Stiff-backed, here book with a hard cover. Grandly, beautifully. Prompted, encouraged. Imagination, fancy. Jot, write or put together. Let us answer the first question. What makes writing in a diary a strange experience for Anne Frank? Anne had never written anything before. Moreover, she didn't think anyone, including herself, would be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old girl. Thus, writing a diary was a totally strange experience for her. Here the word musings means her thoughts. Let us answer the second question. Why does Anne want to keep a diary? Anne didn't have anyone with whom she could share the inmost feelings of her heart. That was why she wanted to keep a diary and put into it all her inmost feelings. We'll answer the third question. Why did Anne think she could confide more in her diary than in people? Confide means to tell personal things privately to a person that one trusts. Anne thought that paper has more patience than people. She took her diary as her closest friend that would listen to whatever she had to say. That was why she thought she could confide more in a diary than in people. Hope you have understood. Now read the text thoroughly. Meet you in the next session. Thank you.